24. Velitas brought Jaren through the portal an hour later. He ran to the queen, and I was surprised to see her kissing him all over his cheeks, like he was one of her own. My promise to tuck him in was fulfilled. Then I led the monarch out to the road. The sounds of hammers striking wood echoed off the town walls, and I caught sight of Pulo standing in the middle of the road, watching with interest. We strolled that way. Up on the roof, Moggy reached to his lips, recovered a nail pinned there, planted it, then drove it with a single strike. He worked up a crazy rhythm. Snatch, plant, bang. Snatch, plant, bang. A Michon worked on sawhorses just outside the entrance, then tied off the plank so it could be drawn to the second floor. Darkness had fallen. Once my eyes adjusted, I spied something unusual about my orc laborer. Why is Moggy dressed in full-plate armor?
Surplus iron, MG.
The foreman rolled his eyes.
What's a dwarf to do?
You're going to give him ideas. I don't want him defending. If anything ever happens to that orc, I'm going to light your beard on fire and shave the ashes with a katana, right? I clapped his shoulder. Pulo chuckled.
Nay, MG. That's the beauty of descending from Solara's realm. I can regrow it or completely change my appearance anytime.
My head whipped around. Seriously?
Pick a color, MG.
Gold and red. The foreman's beard knot unwound. The loose strands tightened together, then shortened. Then the jet black coloring shifted along with the locks on his head to a yellow blonde with little red hairs intermixed. Jesus, how did I not know this?
Didn't ask.
I rolled my own eyes. I like the look. Keep it.
Aye, matters not to me, MG.
But I want the armor off Moggy, lest he get crazy ideas.
Come on, MG. Give the orc a break. I'll make sure he believes he's protecting his friends from a safe pit if we're invaded.
Fine. But you should know if anything happens to him. I'll shave your beard, and if you can regrow it, I'll make sure it hurts. We chuckled together, but memories of the conversation with Samantia dampened how much I enjoyed it.
Aye, Master Gemini.
The scoreboard ticked up in Destiny's favor. I deleted the game from my interface. It was time to grow up, once and for all. The queen tugged at my sleeve.
Time for me to return to Nin and get things in order.
Then, to my utter surprise, the queen of the elves kissed me square on my mouth, despite any onlookers, then gazed into my eyes.
You've made the right decision. The plan will work. I'm convinced of it.
We're going to find out. When she turned to go, I spied a couple of shadowy figures near the end of the northern building row, across the street from the construction. Brunk's stony shoulders were unmistakable, and Tess's robe blew in the wind. Evening. They turned at the sound of my greeting like I'd pinched them. Tess's smile broke out of the shadows.
Hey, Gemini. We were just about to build a fire.
You couldn't find a warm building to hang out in?
Brunk enjoys the outdoors. We actually met in a cave.
The troll nodded, then knelt in the snow. He brushed some to the side, then another layer in the opposite direction. When he'd revealed frozen soil, he withdrew a blade from his pack, then started cutting through the ground. What's he doing? Tess stared at me like she didn't understand the question, and before she could answer, the rock troll threw a couple frozen sticks over the paths he'd cut into the ground, slashed a final long cut in the earth, then stood. Fire shot forth from below, engulfing the wood. Okay, seriously, what the hell did he just do? Tess grinned.
I guess you haven't learned rune crafting.
I thrust a finger toward the flames as Brunk stacked more sticks. That's rune crafting? Her chin bobbed.
As a matter of fact, he taught it to me shortly after we met in the cave I mentioned. Would you like to learn it?
Fuck yeah! She laughed as she swept out a hand.
Kneel here and we'll build a second fire.
Brunk held out a thick hand and some dry kindling appeared. I assumed he kept it in reserve for moments like that. I dropped down as ordered, then Tess cleared some snow.
Usually a stick would work, but you have to make a mark in the ground, and the frozen ground requires a blade.
She raised one finger and nodded to ensure I was watching. I returned the gesture. Then she drew a symbol in the air and repeated it. When I had it, I snagged a dagger and scratched it out on the ground. In the middle of my drawing, Brunk dropped a couple pieces of the kindling. Flames erupted and my system popped off.
Congratulations, you have learned the occupational skill, rune crafting. Tooltip: rune crafters enhance weapons and armor using ancient elven symbols. They can also create wards to protect doorways and other spaces. Runecraft is used for making scrolls that can teach unique abilities when the proper runes are drawn in the right combinations. Your rune crafting skill has reached rank 1. You have unlocked the following runes. Ka, a lightning-powered base rune combined with higher runes to create electrical energy. Gi, an earth-powered base rune that tightens the weaves of fabrics to increase durability. Yi, a wind-powered rune used with higher runes to enhance weaponry with stun effects. Bo, an earth-powered rune used with higher runes to enhance wooden objects. Ra, a fire-powered rune combined with higher runes to enhance weaponry.
When I announced the success to Tess, her features wrinkled.
You learned all those from building a fire?
I nodded. Is that unusual?
I had to read a document to do that.
She scoffed.
Guess it's nice to be you.
I suppose it is.
Well, keep working at it. At level 10, you'll unlock the Rune of Immolation, which allows you to burn a torch indefinitely. Very useful.
Sounds like it. Thanks so much for teaching me.
My pleasure. At your foundation, Latrissa trains me often. I probably annoy her to no end, but she's very skilled if you wish to level up.
She's also very patient. I'm sure you don't bother her. I checked the system time. We'll be gathering up for an adventure soon, so enjoy your fire while you can. 25. A few modifications to the team waiting in the downstairs lounge were prudent. The sweepings of my fingers weren't really necessary as I reoriented, but the active approach somehow made me feel better. It'd been a long, trying 2 days, and I hadn't slept a wink. Good thing I didn't have to, because I still had far to go. Since I'd decided to leave the 2 newest members of the Foundation, the Plaguebearer, Miro the Swift, and the Arcanist, Crema the Strange, to assist with my plans involving Dross and Welling, the class distributions came out evenly.
Raid Team, Red Team, Leader, you. Tank, Destiny Share, Level 43, Blade Dancer, Liatra Monase, Level 42, Spirit Summoner. Sumi Wilsey, Level 42, Bard, Giles. Level 53, Rogue. Green Team, Leader, Roshan, Clan Fowler.
I halted, and my throat caught. Roshan had changed her name. Clan Fowler, overwhelmed, a tear dripped from one eye before I could suppress it. I swiped the offending bastard away, but another replaced it, sending a warm tickle down my cheek. Then another. I drew deep breaths and waited for the moment to pass. When another threatened, I returned to the HUD and tried again.
Raid Team, Red Team, Leader, you, DPS. Tank, Destiny Chair, Level 43, Blade Dancer, Healer, Liatra Monase, Level 42, Spirit Summoner. DPS number 1, Giles Renard, Level 53, Rogue. DPS number 2, Amelia Horn, Level 42, Paracelsus, Green Team. Leader, Roshan, Clan Fowler, Level 40. Druid of the Light, Healer, Tank, none specified. Support/DPS, number 1, Machini Share, Level 42, Boomerang Thrower. Support/DPS, number 2, Sumi Wilsey, Level 42, Bard. DPS number 3, Yakol, Level 47, Beastmaster, Blue Team. Leader, Contessa of Milbury, Fireborn, Level 42. Warlock, DPS. Tank, Brunk, Level 44, Barbarian. DPS number 1, Trayla Shen, Level 44, Ranger. Support/DPS number 2, Shabana, Level 45, Scholar. Healer, Eston Beale, Level 43, Druid.
As my gaze lingered on the open tank spot on the green team, the door leading out to the balcony banged open, allowing a cold breeze to blow through the room. I raised a finger to my lips to warn whoever had been lingering out there not to wake Jaren, but there was no one there. I jumped up, focusing on my inventory to withdraw a katana. Without spirit towers to detect stealth intruders, I wasn't taking anything for granted as long as there was a dark queen on the chessboard. A bunch of golden squares materialized, spun in a spiral, then formed a humanoid figure with long, shiny hair of black and purple. Despite the subtle white tattoos of 2 horizontal lines with diagonals cut through them, the sway of her walk and the high cheekbones punched my familiarity button. "Holy shit," I whisper-screamed. Caitlin threw out her arms, then scurried over in short little steps.
Hey, babe.
I squeezed for all I was worth.
Dude, I love you too. But you're going to choke me out.
I let go, then held her at arm's length. "Jesus, I've missed you." She nodded.
I was at your foundation just yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday for me. The way she scanned my features reminded me of when I first told her about how I'd been stricken with Lubrin's autoimmune deficiency.
You've got some messed up stuff going on, yeah?
Funny, I was just thinking the same about you. Another fast forward. Nakuro must be losing his fucking mind.
Not at all. He's still planning on cordoning off Rubal, but he was glad to hear you're alive. We couldn't see you after the event with Jara. You vanished.
Considering my revelation about playing the game like a game, I decided on the spot that I wanted players in Rubal. It would never be boring. And missed 5 years while I was gone.
What? Where were you?
Some place carved out of Vin's labyrinth. The former AI left a couple messages for me that triggered inside my interface. She called it purgatory. So I don't think it was the actual instance. Caitlin stewed on that for a minute before responding, folding her arms across her chest to think it out like she'd done 100 times in Light of Babylon and at the compound in the Arizona desert.
I'll let the guys know. Maybe we can divine something from it. We've been rolling back code since the Great Freeze, after you beat Came. But we can't seem to isolate Enora 1's trickeries. We need more coders in a big way.
My shoulders slouched as I let the beautiful sight of the only flesh and blood woman I'd ever loved wash over and warm me. I was near thrilled when Priya's image didn't cause the requisite ping of guilt. Maybe I was starting to accept my fate.
So,
Caitlin raised both palms and swept her arms around the room.
what you been doing since last we talked?
Oh, you know. I waved a dismissive hand, trying to keep busy. Just captured a garrison and won another foundation stone to build this town. I'm about to take a team west and kick the asses of some guys who've enslaved a bunch of Mishon from Skyville.
Yeah, easy shit.
I laughed. It felt good, and in the moment, her presence alleviated me of the weights of my new world, reinforcing earlier sentiments that I'd taken the whole thing too seriously to satisfy my desire for my life to have meaning.
Can I come?
Wait, what? My head lolled to the side, almost as if it had ideas of its own.
I've been leveling. Seems being one of the developer guinea pigs since you got rid of Came, and we took over the world again is finally going to pay off. Got any open slots?
She raised a finger.
I can tank.
She raised the second.
I can heal.
Her brow furrowed.
Unless you want to just do everything on your own. I mean, I thought we made a pretty good team, but
Stop shitting around. I need a tank. My best one is playing bodyguard for the queen, and he's immovable. The idea of having a player in the mix when shit was about to get real escalated my worldview in an instant. But Caitlin Jones wasn't just another player. She was a by-gods enthusiast, a tactician, an organizer, a min-maxing beast. Got any special abilities we might use to take out? She shook her head before I could finish my sentence.
Nokuro wants to release, and changing anything that could throw the world out of balance scares the crap out of him. But lucky for you, my character came along before we removed the Shenhua stuff.
You're a mythic? She nodded.
The last one.
Caitlin's eyes flicked to one side, then her robe vanished. The quick flash of her body in nothing but her underthings before she transitioned to full armor told me she'd gone with the scan option in her pod. One didn't forget a figure like that. She could have been an NPC. You're ready now? She nodded, that sideways smile of hers, a welcome respite.
Already cleared it with Nokuro. I think you and he have hopes for similar outcomes, and I'm transitioning to a new job.
Hey, that's great. What did you land on? She waved it off.
PR, nothing fancy.
Sounds like a decent gig.
It pays. So, you want to go tell your team about your +1? What's the story?
I was able to shove my hands in my pockets since I hadn't suited up. That's a good question. Destini's going to recognize you as the goddess.
Nope, I'm wearing a GM filter. She'll see someone different than you do. Still with my features you so adore, but I'll appear a bit more like Roshan.
Awesome. I think I have the perfect story. I strolled down the stairs to find the lounge empty, except for Validus, who was reading something in her interface, a furry blanket pulled over her knees with her feet planted on the sofa. She jerked when she saw me, but I threw up a hand. You deserve a break. Don't even think about getting up. When I opened the front doors, the party was milling about in full gear, the collective appearance of people ready to make a difference. My heart thumped a happy rhythm. I snatched Caitlin's hand and dragged her forth. Ladies and gentlemen, the goddess has sent to us another of the chosen from a distant land. I turned to Caitlin. What's the name of your continent?
Tlyria.
She said without missing a beat. I slotted her into the party list.
Green Team, Leader, Roshan, Clan Fowler, Level 40, Druid of the Light, Healer, Tank, Kateria the Wise, Shenhua, Level 40, Paladin. Support/DPS number 1. Machini Share, level 42 Boomerang Thrower. Support/DPS number 2. Sumi Wilsey, level 42 Bard. DPS number 3. Yakol, level 47 Beastmaster.
Roshan's knees wobbled.
Shenhua? She is like you?
I nodded. Except better. Caitlin shoved my shoulder.
Don't start setting expectations. They'll be disappointed.
When we turned our heads, we found the entire party on one knee. She swallowed. It was hilarious. Now you know how that feels. Roshan's voice came raspy.
There is no way the minions of Hokram will best us with 2 Shenhua.
We were about to find out.